Today we're going to check out the PSA Dagger Micro and the Glock 43X. These kind of go head to head with each other, so we figured it would be a good idea to do a side-by-side comparison and show you some of the differences and similarities. OpticsReady.com, which is our sponsor, so check them out, OpticsReady.com. They're happy to help. But with that being said, let's take a look at both of these pistols and see what's similar and different. So first things first, both guns are clear, fully safe, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the magazines. Now, PSA, Palmetto State Armory. This pistol comes in at around a $350-ish range, let's say, whereas this Glock 43X, pretty much around like $480. They're both optics ready. So if you were planning on putting a red dot on it, that is a important consideration here. This is the MOS version of the Glock 43X. And one important thing to know is if you were planning on putting something like a Holosun 407K on either of these, right, or a Holosun 507K, this is one of the most popular optics on the market. The Glock MOS has an RMSC footprint and the PSA Dagger has a K-series footprint. So what that means is this optic has 2 recoil lugs spots, and this in the back has none. If you were to take this cover plate off, you're going to see a recoil lug here, 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 here. If you were to take this one off, you're going to see recoil lugs here and here. So what that means is that this optic will fit directly on the slide of this PSA Dagger Micro, but it won't fit directly on the slide of this Glock 43X. You will need to use a adapter plate like this. So what that's going to do is actually raise this optic up a little bit more, so you're going to lose more of your iron sights when you put a red dot on it. Whereas if you put this optic on the PSA Dagger Micro, you're going to have a nice co-witness. You're still going to be able to see most of your iron sights on there. So that's definitely a win for the PSA Dagger. The other win for the PSA Dagger Micro is that it comes with this magazine. So Palmetto State Armory does make this, but it's a 15-round magazine, okay? And the problem really with the Glock 43X is it only comes with a 10-round magazine. So there are ways to get a 15-round mag in the 43X, mainly using the Shield Arms magazine system, which gives you a metal magazine release, and then they give you metal magazines, which are 15 rounds. So you can turn this into a 15-round capacity, but it's just going to cost you a little extra money. The other thing that you could do is you could just buy a PSA Dagger mag, and you could run that in the Glock 43X, and that also will work. So the magazine capacity of the Dagger Micro is definitely a plus over the Glock 43X. But let's just take a closer look at both of them. So dimensionally, let's see. You know, they are extremely similar. The width of both of them is just about the same, honestly. The length of both of them, you know, again, they're almost identical. So the Dagger Micro is a clone, and you can see in just about every way possible they're very, very similar. Now in terms of quality, I mean, they are both quality firearms, okay? Glock is obviously a lot more proven, has a longer track record, but with that being said, there's plenty of information online about the PSA Daggers and the Dagger Micro. So if you wanted to look into any issues or anything like that, you could research that, but mainly both of these firearms are good to go. So they are both going to pretty much have all the same controls, all the same features in terms of tearing them down and things like that. But yeah, let's just have a quick hands-on and I'll give you some of my thoughts. So slide release on both of them is pretty similar. The PSA Dagger might be a little harder to push down. As far as grips go, PSA Dagger doesn't feel bad at all. Glock doesn't feel bad at all. Let's check out the triggers. So PSA Dagger has a little safety on the bottom sort of the trigger. It's like a two-piece trigger. Take up, pull, reset. Okay, not bad. What I like to say about these Daggers triggers is they're a little squishy, because you can see that moves a little bit. So they almost feel like a little squishy, but they're not bad, and they don't feel, it's nothing that bothers me. So let's see the PSA or the Glock 43X trigger. As always, it has the little safety right there. Take up, reset. Okay, so the 43X trigger, is a little firmer. It doesn't have that squishiness, like I said, just due to the design. But both triggers are good, okay? You're not going to have any issues with either trigger. But yeah, if you're looking to save some money, I don't think you can go wrong with the PSA Dagger Micro. And if you did want some of the added features like the higher round capacity and the direct mount Holosun 407K to the slide, the Dagger Micro, and in terms of being cheaper, really does win. It's kind of hard to argue that. So that is a great product from Palmetto State Armory. But if you are a Glock fanboy, Glock loyalist, really love Glock, only want Glock, want that legendary reliability, then the Glock 43X is probably the way to go for you. It is a little bit pricier, but you will get that added peace of mind if you really do enjoy Glocks. Me personally, I'd be fine with either of them. Probably, if I was on a budget, obviously I wouldn't mind having this, right? I'd be okay with it. But if I wanted to be super good to go, I would most likely, go with the Glock and probably upgrade that magazine. But I don't think you could go wrong with either. So if you have any questions, let us know. And the guys at opticsready.com are very eager to help you out with any questions you have. So give them a shout. They have awesome customer service. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know. But thanks for watching.